Looking for something fun and free to do with your family? This is the Children's Science and Discovery Center. This is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They have this cool like Rube Goldberg machine. The escalators are clear, so it's kind of like a science and STEM learning place. The aquarium was really great. They had lots of different animals, little baby alligators and, stuff you'd expect to see in Florida. So this place was free after you paid for parking and admission. The parking was around $12, and I think for the four of us, we paid about $100 to get in, but everything else was free once you got inside, except for a few other things that you could buy. Animal area was great. They had this huge like cichlid tank, and there was like a beaver that came and started hunting the cichlids later, and they had a little slide there. The kids loved that. Place wasn't super heavy on like evolution, but there was a few different things that we saw there about millions of years. Who believes that anymore? They really enjoyed the weather station here. They were making like smoke or cloud rings with this. I don't really know what the science explanation for that. And then they had like a water spout and one of these little electric balls that you could use static to kind of move the electricity around. They had a hurricane simulation zone where like wind would be blown at you at like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, something like that. Yeah, I don't know why I included more of this. I think I really liked this section. Maybe that was what it was. I think that little tornado was cool. They had a little game here for like reconnecting power lines, a Jacob's ladder. The place was huge. You could spend probably 3 to 4 hours inside of this place, just if you wanted to do all of the activities. They had like a paper airplane and like an aerodynamics section here. And then you could like launch your paper airplanes through these hoops. This was pretty cool. I've never seen one of these before. So you have to put it in the middle there, and then those things will kind of shoot it there. We had a couple good attempts, and then we had a couple not so good attempts. The airplanes kind of die after the first time. The kids spent about 40 minutes in this area where they suck these scarves up these tubes, and then the tubes shoot them out, and then you grab them. You try to catch them before they fall down. A lot of people were having a ton of fun in this area. They even had a little like, I don't know if you would call it an IMAX sort of interactive movie theater thing. The kids wanted to do that a bunch of times. Just a couple things here and there, like a airplane or space section. Lots of different games, magnet tiles. I mean, I didn't take video of everything. They had a construction area here. We ended up building up some sort of like a fence structure, kind of like a coliseum or something. I don't know what you would call this. And then had a lot of fun knocking it down. More millions of years nonsense here, digging up fossils and stuff. And they had a whole outdoor section, but it was too hot. We really didn't do that. Want to learn more free things to do? Hit the follow button.